All right, welcome everyone to not a podcast, but an interview. My name is Ryan Scarfone. I'm the beat writer for College Court Report. I'm joined by special guest Nikola Djogo. Glad I didn't butcher that name. I butchered it a couple times, and Tyler on College Court Report has given me heck for it. But it's Djogo, so we're going to keep it at that. So how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad to have you on. So you're in Europe. How was that?
It was great. The schedule all year is hectic with the actual season and the summer workouts we have to do. So anytime I get a couple of days off and getting able to spend it with my family, it's been real great.
That's awesome. So when do you go back to Notre Dame?
August 20th is when the classes actually start. August 22nd, but we got to be back for the 20th.
Oh, so. Right on. What are you majoring in?
Majoring in management consulting and minoring in entrepreneurship.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, what kind of drew you to Notre Dame? Like, was it like academic based, athletic based, obviously? And what other schools recruited you? Because I know, I think it was Butler or Wichita State that was looking at you.
One of the main things that kind of made me lean towards Notre Dame was the fact that they were the first high major school to offer me, and then as soon as they offered me, all of a sudden all these other schools started jumping in. So I didn't really know if that was genuine or it was just because they saw Notre Dame was offering me, and then now all of a sudden they just wanted to jump in. But besides that, obviously Notre Dame's academics speak for themselves. Tradition is rich, and it's just kind of the people I want to be around. And the basketball program is known to develop guys, and I always develop late. So that's what I'm hoping to do at Notre Dame.
Was there ever a thought of staying at home in Canada and playing?
Like I said, I'm a late bloomer, so towards the senior year, I didn't really have offers from America, so CIS was kind of like a reality. I was going to either go to Carleton or Ottawa most likely, but I went to my Athlete Institute for my post-grad year, and that's when all the offers started rolling in, and before then I was like, CIS was out of the picture once Notre Dame offered. So
I guess it's always been a dream to go
Division
One.
Yeah, for sure.
And is NBA the eventual?
Yeah, I've been dreaming of that since I was a kid, so if I have a chance to go to the NBA from Notre Dame, I'm not going to say no.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel as though a lot of people don't give Canada universities a lot of credit. Brock's getting good. Mm-hmm. Carleton has some Fresno State guys, Xavier guys. They just beat Alabama the other day, who had a top class. So I think it's getting a lot better. And when you have guys like yourself and RJ Barrett climbing the ranks, it's good for Canadian basketball.
Yeah, and you see a bunch of these American teams coming at have exhibition games with Canadian teams, and they're holding their own. And Carleton sometimes goes down there south and kicks teams' asses. Yeah. It's no joke here. It's getting better.
I've said this before. I believe Carleton could play in the NCAA and be
for sure.
Good.
They're a mid-major NCAA program in CIS.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, because they beat Wichita State last year. Yeah. So in regards to athletics, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but Josh Rosen, the UCLA quarterback, the other week he said academics and athletics don't really mix well in Division I college. Athletics. So, is there any validity to that for a guy that goes to Notre Dame?
No and yes, because with academics being such a prime focus, especially at Notre Dame, you find yourself worrying about doing well in school, and where you probably should be worrying more about, working out and trying to get into the gym as much as possible. Which, I'm not saying you can't get into the gym and you're not developing. But the thing is that academics play so much of a focus, whereas at other schools, you would be able to focus 100% on athletics, where here it's more 60-40, 70-30. So it's always in the back of your head that you got to be doing good in school. But we have a great academic team and advisors that make sure that we're doing our job and we're staying on top of things. So.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So summer workouts are done. Mm-hmm. How was the summer working out with the guys? What kind of a team do you expect to have next year?
Mm-hmm. We're going to have a young, fast, up-and-down team, moving in transition, playing defense, locking down guys, and obviously moving the ball well, like we always do. Summer workouts are, we only practice once a week, so it's a real good time to get together with the guys and just bond as a team, especially in the weight room. That's when T-Row, our strength conditioning guy, makes sure we bulk up for the season and have the bodies we need for the year. But we've been looking great in the workouts and the little scrimmages that we've had, and I think we're just going to keep developing.
That's awesome. How's freshman DJ Harvey looking?
He's looking good. He's going to be a big piece, and you can tell in practice as the 6 weeks went on, he got more and more comfortable, and he's just starting to learn the ropes, and he's going to be a dangerous player when he gets comfortable. So
right on. Mm-hmm. So last year you of course redshirted. Mm-hmm. How did that conversation go with Mike Brey? Did you feel like you were ready, or did you feel like maybe it is a good idea to just practice, be with the team? How did that conversation go?
I was playing pretty bad at the beginning, and then I started developing as the 6 weeks went on. But I was shooting. What was it? Oh yeah, I was shooting in the main gym alone, and it was like late at night. And Coach Brey walked by, and he like came up and talked to me, and like we just sat down and discussed the whole situation for the year. And when you think about it, I mean, I had Steve and VJ in my position as seniors, and he straight up told me, he's like, they're in your spot, so you're gonna have to fight with them for minutes, or you can take this redshirt year and develop, and take your time and not lose your eligibility. And then it kind of gave me a peace of mind where I'd either be on the bench in uniform, hoping to get in, but probably not getting in that much, or sitting aside, not dressing up, and just knowing that I had a year to work on my craft. So it looked like the best opportunity.
Was it ever frustrating at times to sit out?
Yeah, I mean, especially the worst part was I worked out with Coach Ayers before games, and like I'd be working out and just excited for the game, and then all of a sudden they come on and I have to get off the court and go back in the locker room and change. It's demoralizing. You just want to stay out there and play and help the team contribute, but it is what it is.
So how did your game evolve in that year? Like what would you say a strength of your game is?
I mean, I was always a good shooter, but what me and Coach Ayers really focused on was getting the ball off quick. So we did a lot of that in our workouts, a lot of dribbling, physically getting stronger with the ball. So that means, when you're slicing through the lane, not getting it stripped, and being able to make good decisions off the bounce. So I mean, mostly just like solidifying my strength in everything, and shooting and dribbling were the main focuses.
So has Coach Brey indicated where he sees you fitting in the offense this year?
I mean, he just said I need to defend well, rebound well, and he wants me to play the 2 and the 3, stretch the floor with my jump shot. I'm athletic, so I can drive and play above the rim. So he just wants me to do a little bit of everything and basically evolve as a player and kind of solidify my own spot within that 2 or 3 on the wing.
Is there a certain player that you model your game after?
Not really a certain player, but I've always looked up to Manu Ginobili, his abilities, craftiness, his ability to get in the lane. And I like guys that are versatile. So, I mean, and tall point guards, like, for example, D'Angelo Russell and Michael Carter-Williams. Yeah. They're taller guys who can handle the ball, and they can still get in the lane and find guys. So,
do you, what's it like learning from Coach Brey? He's a very positive, enthusiastic guy, and I sometimes think that he gets overlooked when ESPN analysts talk about the top coaches. I feel like he's very underrated.
I mean, you're 100% correct. He is by far one of the best coaches in America. He is the elite of the elite. I mean, when you think about the schools that are consistently having good records and getting far in the NCAA tournament each year, those teams are getting at least 2, 3, 5-star guys, and I mean, it's just blue chip prospects that are going there. And at Notre Dame, Coach Brey is developing players, and then he's building that to the team that he's basically leading to the top every single year. And the thing with Coach Brey is he kind of lets you learn on his own. So he's not hammering you all the time saying, don't do this, don't do that. If you're driving in the lane and you're trying a spin move, for example, and it's not working, you should yourself figure out that it's not working. So he kind of lets you become the player you want to be within the system. As long as you're not doing something completely out of ordinary, he'll let you do what you want to do as long as it's working.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always said people don't give him enough credit. I mean, he was under the tutelage of Coach K, and he's turned that program around. I mean, it's easy for someone maybe a Coach K or even Coach K to get just 5-star recruits all the time, but it's one thing for a coach to turn 3 or 4-star guys into a squad, and he's had success with the ACC championship and the runs to the Elite Eight. And
yeah, I mean, this is obviously no knock to any players on our team, but think of guys like Matty Farrell, Steve Astoria, Bonzi Colson. Look at them now, and look at them when they first came. I mean, they're obviously all great players, but they weren't guys who Kentucky was fighting over and all those top schools, and they come to Notre Dame and they work hard and they develop and they focus on grinding, and all of a sudden now they're 4-year guys who are one of the best players in all of America. So, and
that's why I think some team teams like you guys or even West Virginia, why they're so good is because they're older teams. Because these guys aren't one and dones, they have a chance to actually play together, gel together, and I think that because I know that Notre Dame's not a big fan of one and dones, which I respect because it's more than just athletics; it's the bigger picture, so to speak.
It's because the way we play offense, everyone says how our offense is so smooth and free flowing and how we pass the ball well, but how you get to that point is by playing with guys a lot. So I mean, if you're a one and done program, you got guys playing for a year. There's no way you can gel and create that chemistry between each other to play the offense that we play. So I mean, our system isn't designed for one and done players. It's just not.
That's why I've never really considered they call Kentucky an NBA factory, or so to speak. But Coach Cal, is it? Yeah. He just gets guys in, tries to get them to play together for a year, and then they're gone. So I don't really consider that. I really consider like Mike Brey. He's starting to send guys to the NBA. That's true development, and I respect that. So, what's the next question? Where do you think this team can go this year? Like, what's their ceiling?
We have no ceiling. I mean, just playing in practice and what you've seen last year, continuing off of that, like, we're going to be scary good again, and sky's the limit. I mean, I would be dumb to say that we wouldn't be playing for national championship by the end of the year. So,
right on. So, what are you most looking forward to this year? Is there like a game that you're looking forward to? Someone you're playing against, an arena that you're like? Do you like playing at? I think you're going to Duke this year, so those fans get pretty rowdy. Yeah. So, is there Maui tournament? Is there anything that you're looking forward to this year?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to playing. Finally, getting like on the court, and getting to experience technically my first year. But when I was growing up as a kid, I was always a Duke fan, like as everyone was. And I mean, so playing in Cameron Indoor will kind of be really cool. Maui is also going to be dope tournament in Hawaii, getting to relax there. But I mean, other than that, I'm just excited to be a part of the actual like team and getting on the court and playing. So
I can't imagine playing in Cameron Indoor Stadium because I remember the one game Steve Astoria was throwing the ball in, and everyone is giving him the finger. Yeah. So expect that to happen this year. Right? So
it'd be dope.
So so I asked you this before. So is there something? So you obviously want to go to the NBA. That's your dream. But is there anything that you want to do specifically after basketball's done?
I mean, I'm a big believer in the quote, don't have a plan B because it only distracts you from plan A. Having said that, going to Notre Dame and setting myself on a good path academically is something that definitely like went into the back of my mind. So, I mean, I haven't considered a like specific career, but I know I want to be involved in business. So, I mean, if basketball doesn't work out, I guess the older I get, the more I'm going to decide where I want to kind of specify in, and then I'll start making decisions and seeing where my basketball future will take me. So.
How much is it a dream to play for the Raptors one day?
My family always asks me this. Back home, everyone's like saying, if you could play anywhere in the NBA, where would you play? Toronto would be amazing just because, like, my parents love where they live, so they're not moving anytime soon. If I was able to play in Toronto and have all my friends and family come home and, like, watch me play an hour away, which is, like, it would be an ideal situation. But hopefully that time comes and we'll see what happens.
Do you still talk to guys like Thonmaker in the league? Like, how's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. We talk occasionally, and he's been loving the whole process, and he's having a blast. He's living his life, man. He's a good guy. So
right on. Yeah. Are you a football fan at all?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to be watching some of the Irish games as they take the field in September?
I'll probably be at every home game.
Right on. Yeah. Well, Nikola, it's been a pleasure meeting you and interviewing you. Thank you for taking the time out for me to interview you. We do run a podcast. It's called the CCR Podcast, and I'm sure you're busy as it is right now, but maybe during Christmas time or after the season's done, maybe we can have you on an episode for the podcast. You can talk hoops and how your season went. That'd be phenomenal. I know that the other guys that I do the podcast with would love that. So thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, this is Nikola Djogo.
There you go.
And Ryan Scarfone. Follow me at Ryan Scarfone17 or my other Twitter account, ND Court Report. I post all my articles on there and talk a little bit about the Irish. Where can they find you, Nikola?
You can follow me on Twitter at Nikola DJOGO, and the same thing on Instagram. So just my name.
And that's Djogo, by the way. All right. Yeah. All right. We're signing off now. Thank you.